everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about weight loss plateaus, how to break through a weight loss plateau, how to avoid stalling a weight loss in the first place. If you are new to my channel, I basically lost 130 pounds by doing keto, intermittent fasting, and exercise in a fasted state, so I have some knowledge about fasting, how weight loss works. First journey, I lost only 100 pounds, and it took me 4 months to lose 100 pounds. However, it took me another 3 months to lose another 30 pounds, but of course, these two time periods were spread out. I've had a lot of experimenting with dieting and exercising and fasting specifically. If you know me, you know that I love fasting. And I guess it's safe to say that after losing 130 pounds, I may be an expert on how to break through a weight loss plateau. Before I start this video off, I do want to say that I have collaborated with Grow and Shrink with Jess. We did an interview on my 100-pound weight loss experience, what I did, basically my routine, how I felt about it. I believe that your mind is super powerful. You have the ability to do whatever. You literally have the ability to heal your own body with the power of your mind, because I know, because I did it. And so that was just my belief, like, okay, like I have to, or else I'm gonna be in the bed and not be able to walk. I didn't really have a choice, in my opinion. Jess is a beautiful and wonderful content creator who is also on her own very weight loss journey. So if you guys need any tips, any weight loss meal plans, any weight loss ideas, go ahead and check out her channel and her Instagram. They're both listed in the description below. And our interview that we set up together is also listed in the description below. Jess has already lost 30 pounds, and recently I'm talking about losing my excess 30 pounds by being a vegan. So she is the perfect channel to go ahead and check out right now. Jess also posts weight loss updates every single month, talking about how much she weighs, talking about her routine and where she is in her journey. So if you need someone to look up to, if you need someone right there beside you to be along with you during your entire weight loss journey, she is there tracking it all for you. Go ahead and check her out and check out our interview that we did together. There's usually a certain point in weight loss where you are losing weight and it's losing and losing, and then the scale is moving and you're all excited, then all of a sudden out of nowhere for a few days it stops moving. This is what is described as a weight loss plateau or a weight loss stall. It is when your body decides that it is not going to lose any more weight and it is going to do whatever it takes to stay at the same weight that you are currently at. And if you haven't clicked that subscribe button already, go ahead and hit that for me, and go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you want more of these types of videos. So recently, in one of my previous videos, I went ahead and broke down fasting and how our metabolism works, basically how weight loss works in one of my last videos. You guys can go ahead and check that out. I go ahead and describe about how eating is an entirely hormonal process. The scale moves, that doesn't mean you are necessarily gaining weight. The way that our bodies work is that we have to consume calories. We have to consume a certain amount of calories a day to survive, to maintain our weight. If we eat over the amount of calories that we're supposed to eat, assumingly gain more weight, and if we eat less than the amount of calories that we're supposed to eat, we will assumingly lose weight. To eat to get nutrients to help revitalize our body. That is the whole reason that we eat in the first place. When we're eating, that is also an energy exchange. We are getting the energy and the nutrients from the food that is going inside of our bodies. A calorie, essentially, if we're really breaking it down and going back to chemistry and physics, a calorie is basically a measurement of heat. It takes this amount of heat to burn off, essentially, because our body has a temperature. This whole entire system that we have in place is why we eat, why we digest food, why we get hungry, and eating controls our life. Eating is an entirely hormonal process, meaning a lot of hormones have to be released and secreted and balanced to carry on the process of digestion. Even though it's very, very easy for us to eat, digestion is a very, very complex process. We don't fully digest our food until 2 to 3 days later. To travel, it has to get processed, and also things have to be released and replaced. We're releasing water, we're gaining sodium, all of these cell membrane exchanges that are happening inside of our body. All of our body types have a certain weight that we have to obtain to. And what I mean by that is you have a normal set weight for your height and your body type. Me, if I am 5'8", the normal BMI or the normal weight that I should be, being 5'8", and a 20-year-old woman is 150, 160 pounds. We can't really control this. This just comes from our genetics. It comes from our parents. It comes from our heritages. It comes from our genetics that are inside of our bodies already naturally. The weight that you are supposed to be at for your height and for your body type is what is determining your efforts in survival if we're talking scientifically. Loss and weight gain and eating has everything to do with eating and survival. That is our primary reason why our bodies work the way that they do, because we are here to survive and reproduce. That being said, your body has survival mechanisms already put in place to keep you from starving, to keep you from getting sick, to keep you from being dehydrated. Our body can even make its own water and food if it needed to. Your body is constantly regulating itself. It's constantly cooling down its temperature. It's constantly trying to balance its hormones. It's constantly trying to regulate its system as much as possible. Your body naturally likes being in a state of homeostasis. It likes having a genetic equilibrium going on at all times, and that is the body's main goal, is to always have you in that balance. So now when you start losing weight, your body gets kind of freaked out a little bit because it likes the weight that it's at, and especially if you are heavier and you have been that weight for a while, your body is comfortable with being that way because it knows what to expect. It knows when you're going to eat most likely, you're going to eat more often, it knows what you're going to eat, it knows how to function the way that it is. So when you start changing your routine or you start changing your diet, you start going through a weight loss journey, you may lose weight initially and that's great, but out of nowhere the weight loss will eventually stall. This is because our body is purposely trying to keep us from changing so we don't hurt ourselves. Our body is also trying to regulate itself constantly. If you're changing the chemistry makeup of your body, it kind of gets a little freaked out. Your body does not like to lose weight very, very quickly. That is the last thing that it wants to do, because when you are losing weight very quickly, even if it is in a healthy manner, your body is telling itself that you are starving or that you are going hungry or that something is wrong to the point where you are losing mass in your body. The chemistry in your body is changing. It could be becoming more alkaline. It could be becoming more cleaner. You could be putting more water in your body. And yes, these are good things, but it's still a change. And especially if you are new to weight loss or if you are just getting into it, your body does not know what to do because you have been living a certain way for a very long time. If you eat excess sugar, if you eat excess processed foods, your body will develop systems in place to try and deal with that. For instance, if you eat too much sugar, you may develop diabetes because your body is trying to adjust to what you're eating. It's trying to adjust to what you're putting into your body. Even if it's not necessarily normal or healthy, it doesn't matter. Your body is focused on surviving, focused on dealing with the way that you are living and the things that you are putting inside of it. So even if you are putting bad things inside of it, it's not going to clean out only the bad things and keep the good things. It's going to restructure itself so that it can cope with the bad things that you are putting inside it. Along with your body also just naturally trying to balance itself and naturally trying to override itself. This is why a lot of people have hard time trying to lose weight initially in the first place, because there's so much going on. You want to lose weight, but your hormones are imbalanced and you're hungry because you don't have a structure or because you're not watching your intake or because you're eating too much of one thing, and it's causing your body to adjust to your lifestyle, and it's harder to come back from bad habits than it is to change habits that you already have that are good. So when you start losing weight and you start losing it at a very fast pace or a very constant pace, for instance, say you're losing about 2 pounds every other day and you keep losing it at that steady rate, your body isn't going to continue to lose that weight at that rate, because if you kept losing it at that rate, it would be super unhealthy. It takes 3,500 calories to burn 1 pound of fat. So what that means is you have to burn your regular amount of calories on top of burning an extra 3,500 calories to burn only 1 pound of fat. So you're just losing weight out of nowhere, and it's fat. Most likely it's not fat, most likely it is water weight. It's almost physically impossible to lose that amount of weight that quickly without being sick or without hurting yourself in some way, or the only circumstances where you can lose weight that quickly is if you are fasting, because then you are not consuming any calories and you're just burning calories. You will lose much more weight because you are not eating any calories. So with that being said, you're supposed to lose only a couple of pounds every few weeks. If you are new to weight loss and you just started getting on a weight loss regimen, a weight loss routine, and you start seeing all this weight drop and all of a sudden the scale moves, most likely the weight that you lost initially was only water weight. Water weight is caused by excess water retention. These are made up of 70% water, and our cells also fill up with water along with our fat cells. Our fat cells are actually half water, half fat. If you want to put it in that perspective. There's this thing called the whoosh effect, and basically we have these fat cells, and half of the fat cells are filled with fat and half of them are filled with water. And our fat is a survival trait that we have within inside of our bodies to keep us from starving, going back to what I was saying previous. Our fat is for when we are in the desert and we don't have any food and our body needs to break down something to give it energy and nutrients. Our fat is only just stored energy and nutrients. So when you are losing weight, your body has a fat cell, and when you are losing weight initially, you will lose water weight, which is the water that is inside of the fat cell. If you have a poor diet and you eat excess carbohydrates or you eat excess things that you're not supposed to, your body will hold on to water more. If you break down the word carbohydrate, it's carbs and hydration. Carbohydrates hold on to water. So if you are changing your diet, if you are changing your lifestyle, assumingly you will eat less carbs, you will eat less processed foods because you are changing to a healthier lifestyle. So when you cut off carbs or you limit your carb intake or you lower it, your body releases the excess water that is inside of it. If you have changed your diet, if you changed your eating style, if you've been doing this for a long time, a couple months, and nothing is working for you, well, here are some things that you can do. The first thing that you can do to break through a weight loss plateau is carb cycling. This is what I use in my routine almost every single week. I do this to maintain my weight, and I also do this to lose weight as well. Carb cycling is exactly what it sounds like. It's when you eat higher carbs on one day and you eat lower carbs on another day. And basically, this process is supposed to constantly shock your body in a healthy way so that it's not adjusting to the change. You're still having that deduction in calories ultimately by the end of the week. This method is almost bulletproof, and it helps you because scientifically you are still burning the calories that you would need to be in a caloric deficit, but you're also shocking your body in a healthy way, point where you're not hurting yourself, starving yourself, or going underneath. And this doesn't even need to be extreme. You can just limit it by 400 calories every other day. Another way to break through a weight loss plateau is to balance your electrolytes. If your electrolytes are not balanced, your body will naturally hold on to excess water. We have 3 electrolytes: sodium, magnesium, and potassium, and if these electrolytes are not balanced, we will hold water. There's a whole entire system that our body goes through where water comes into the cell and it flushes out salt and vice versa, and we have salt levels in our body. So if our body is not balanced with the salt intake, it'll allow us to hold on to extra water. However, if you eat too much sodium, that could also dry up your cells. So just be careful with that, but of course balancing your electrolytes is the best way to release excess water weight, which could also be a reason why you aren't losing weight. Another method to break through a weight loss plateau is fasting. Fasting is my bulletproof way of breaking through an ultimate weight loss plateau because essentially you are not eating anything. However, you should only fast for one day or maybe a couple hours or maybe intermittently. To break through a fast, it will be much harder if you fast for a couple of days and then you try to get back on your diet because most likely you will be more hungry. Another way to break through a weight loss plateau is by speeding up your metabolism. And the way that I naturally speed up my metabolism is by drinking black coffee or black tea or fasting. Caffeine and green tea release stress into your body because it is made with caffeine. Stress naturally speeds up your metabolism. That's why you may want to eat more when you're stressed, or you may not want to eat at all when you're stressed. Drinking black coffee or drinking just plain green tea with no sweetener, with no anything, will definitely speed up your metabolism and simultaneously hydrate you. Hydration, along with the natural stressor from the caffeine, will definitely speed up your metabolism and allow you to break through a weight loss plateau. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you go ahead and check out my second YouTube channel. I'm gonna have exercise routines on there. I'm gonna have meal ideas. I'm gonna have actual meals that you can eat to benefit you and your weight loss goals. Head and check out my second channel. The link is in the description. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.